My name is Reg, christened Reginald, but known as Reg Boucher. I'm 82 in a couple of weeks' time. Well, it was all amazing because, you see, we were just out of the dark days, as it were, dark days of the Second World War, and things were improving all the while. But this was just spectacular by any means. For better or for worse, I was a bit of a little scoundrel. I just used to scamper off places. If I knew there was something, an event or something happening, I'd be there. When the lights were on, it was actually a charge to go in. So I devised a method that at this point here, down by the Mill Gardens, there was a turnstile, which was, during the day you could put a penny in to get into the garden, gain access. Or from the inside you could come out by pulling a lever to rotate, so they would rotate to allow you to go out. In fact, it's marked on the map as an exit. Me being small, I found that I could squeeze part way through the turnstile, reach through to the handle, pull the handle so that the turnstile would rotate, and rotated about part way to a point where I could actually squeeze through the side of the bars and gain access. I don't think anybody else could do that because nobody's small enough or daft enough, cheeky enough to do it but me. But that's the sort of things so never any danger, never any. It was probably only to ourselves, myself in some ways, that I just have a go at these things, and all good fun. There would have been the Guinness clock initially, and then as you walk through by what we call the pavilion, where some entertainment was put on, you could walk down and round, and walk back round. There were tableaus in all the gardens. Some of them were more spectacular than others, and then come back up to past by the walking clock, the floral clock, of course, which was a magnificent thing. I didn't really think about whether I was doing wrong or whether you'd catch me. I tended to get away with things, I guess, in a way. That I didn't trouble anybody, but you could then walk along by the side of the river, down the pathway by the river, and there were illuminated tableaus all the way along there. That would bring you back to the Wales Road entrance. There's a rather large tree there, but adjacent to that there was a putting green. I think it was a putting green in those days as well, where they would hold fireworks display and also a display of ballet dancing. Or I could walk round to the Newbold Common side, and then there's this birdcage walk on there with lights, with a form of tableau with birds, with not real birds, but birds with birds inside. It brings you down to the central clock and snack bar in the middle of the gardens. There used to be as I recall, a marquee there with a little dance band trio or whatever, for dancing, which I used to go and just watch, never having seen or heard anything of that nature in my short life. Further up, if we walked all the way around into the parade, there was the Hitchman Fountain, which was beautifully illuminated to one side. Then continue round to the obelisk and adjacent to the lake, where we had the fountains, illuminated fountains, with a little stage in the middle of the lake, with a guy sitting there playing an organ, and people came to Lights of Leamington from all over. I seem to recall coaches parked up all over the place, all looking for something, to brighten life up a bit in those days at reasonable costs. There was music playing in Justin Gardens. There was music on the pond. I'm sure there was a trio or something playing in the dance tent. So we didn't know live music as such. And I guess we were always looking for something a little bit livelier, of course. So it just grew and grew. I guess from my point of view, thinking back, is that teenagers were invented. And I was a teenager. In the first batch, shall we say, I became a teenage 13 in 1950, 55, and it was all taking off. And life was for living. We had rock and roll coming along, and that was my main pursuit. There's a film called Blackpool Jungle which had a song in it called Rock Around the Clock. The main enjoyment, from my young person's point of view, was finding somewhere we could go to have a dance where there were girls, and there'd be some of the guys about motorbikes. The three things that still interest me today, except the first one. Of course, I'm married, but I still pursue motorcycles, and still even at my age, given the opportunity, I still like a little bop to keep my legs moving. But yeah, I think the town got busier. It grew. It was expanding. The town council had quite a plan to improve and build. In fact, I've got a newspaper article from 1956 where the council had tried to sort of improve and cut down the number of people actually visiting the lights. So there were obviously changes afoot as it went on. And I say certainly from probably midway on, I was probably taking less and less interest. It became it's the lights again type of thing. And probably it was more aimed at bringing people from outside. And then whoops, we've got too many people coming in from outside, and this probably slowed it down a bit. So it was changing, and I'd say wasn't party to the latter part, shall we say, that I could get in other places for free.